Justice League Warriors, what's good? It's Wednesday. It's October 4th. Can you believe it's October already? Like, how did that sneak up on us? And let me not adjust my shirt, but let me just tell you that it's like a weird shirt. It's got all this like weird foofy stuff. So it might look odd, but you know, the lighting is my big issue. The shirt is probably the second biggest issue. Um, a problem that men don't have to deal with. It's a sexist YouTube land, I'm telling you. So let's just get rolling. Where is my share, subscribe, ring your notification bell, s'il vous plaît? And I've got my little like button right there to remind you to hit your like button. And let me just whack the light with my cardboard thing. So I'm all alone. It said that two were waiting, but I know that Shan was one of them, and she said she might not be able to be at the screen typing. And so I'm just going to continue on like it's you and me, Shan. All right. So, there you are, present. Yeah, I'm doing roll call. Pixie Knickers, hello, chatters. That's hilarious. Hey, Mark, what is up, you guys? Look at us. We've got a fabulous adventure to take on our little live here with the four of us watching while I clean. Having a clean house is super nice, is it not? It's sort of metaphorical too, right? Cleaning house, always a good thing. So let's just start out with the disclaimer. Everything I say is simply my opinion, simply for the sake of conversation. Always hoping to open up a discussion and to learn something and to be educational. All my videos to date are made for YouTube and it's an entertainment platform. So, Pesk is coming today. Thanks for reminding me, Shan. Um, and Pixie Knicker says, I'll be drawing, but I'll be listening. Now, did you say that you have a place online where we can check out your artwork, Pixie Knickers? That would be awesome if you do. Or if you feel like sharing and you don't have something like that, if you want to email me some and let me know if you want me to share them with people or not. I could put them on my community page if you wanted me to share them, or I could not if you wanted to send them to me just so I could take a peek. It was so nice of you to send the photographs of yourself in the jewelry that you won. Um, so yes, pest prevention, Mark, definitely. I had two wasps in my car yesterday. Crazy, 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 crazy. Um, anyway, we're not here to talk about wasps. We are here to talk about jewelry, home decor, and true crime. So let's see. Where shall we start? Um, the Idaho 4 case I want to touch on today. Of course, Kylie Rodney, I want to touch on today. And look at my squirrel yoga cup, Shan. Can you see it? Squirrel yoga. That's for you, man. Um, the Morphew case, of course. I mean, that's just phenomenal how that's resurfaced, and there's so much hope there, I think. And then Maui. I want to keep talking about Maui. So, the Human Rights Watch, you guys, they should be paying attention to the situation with the Lahaina fires. I sure hope that they are. I can't imagine that they're not. Um, let's see. Pixie Knickers says, and I have felt like I've been in such a rush the last couple of days. I want to like not be in a rush today. Um, and let's see. I don't have that, but I can send you pics. Don't know if I want them posted. Have to think on that. Yeah, that's fine. I wouldn't post them without your explicit permission for sure. Absolutely. Um, and Squirrel says that she needs a pest prevention or what? I need one. This place does not know what they are doing, and they have to spray every other week. Blessings and love to you, squirrels on fire. Eek, too often can make people sick. Tell complex manager to get the 365 package and they'll come quarterly to keep y'all protected versus when issues arise. Yeah, you don't want to be getting the toxins, right? Too much toxicity in this world, metaphorical as well as literal. So, shall we begin with Maui? There's a lot of toxicity there, both metaphorical and literal. Um, I was pleased to see that Eric West and I were on the exact same page with promoting this guy named Ty, the one called Survive or Thrive, I think is the name of the channel. So I had mentioned his channel yesterday and said I'd put the link in. I'm not sure if I got that done last night or not. I don't think I did actually. I still need to work on all my links from yesterday. Sorry. So Eric West's video, that I think was yesterday evening, he was doing the same thing and promoting this kid Ty, and I just thought very cool because when I came on, I think he just had a little bit over 1,000 subs, and then the last time I checked, I think it was getting close to 2,000. So in 24 hours. And I know that I don't have that great of a reach, but that video did get 300 views overnight. So that's pretty cool. So if maybe half of those would have gone and subbed to his channel. And he's already posted a couple of interviews with people who survived the fire. So very interesting. And Eric West's last video, that poor guy has taken a beating. I mean, he got his butt kicked with blowing up so huge overnight, literally, with his surveillance footage, his drone footage, and then his moped footage of the Lahaina fires the day after. And those things went viral. And he was saying in his most recent video that he was getting a couple million views a day, which that's got to be a big paycheck from YouTube if you're monetized. And now he's way down. So I think he's still in the 100,000, so that's not too shabby. And, the money will still trickle in. But, it's not about the money. It's not about the money for a lot of us. I think a lot of people think, ooh, YouTube, kind of like eBay, something that anybody can make money at. And you may or may not make money. And it's never good to be motivated by money, in my opinion. It's good to have passion about what you're doing, whatever it is. Whatever you do it well. And whatever you do, enjoy it, hopefully, because there's enough challenges in this world without hating your job, right? Or not having a job. That's tough too. That's like the toughest job there is, being unemployed. And, just feeling like you have a calling or a purpose. So I thought that was what was really cool about that young man, Ty, is that he feels like he's finally got that with his YouTube channel and covering the fires. And it seems like Eric West is kind of wanting to pass the baton to him because of the ruthless abuse that he took on so many levels. And, the trolls are one thing, like they suck, but, it goes with the territory. And the thing with getting threatened, so he got threatened. And when you get threatened, that means you're onto something, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. Nobody's going to threaten you. I mean, sure, there's whack jobs everywhere, but seriously, if you're being threatened, it's probably because people are threatened by you. So take it as a compliment. If you're being trolled, take it as a compliment because it's the same kind of thing. I don't think trolls are going to waste their time with channels that they think are just like mind bubble gum. So let's see what you guys are saying. Where are you at? Um, let's do it. I'm back to cleaning and listening. Love to you all. So, Shan, I was looking at your lives last night. I was trying to find the one and I found it. I had no idea that it was the Halloween one. I should have remembered that. That's kind of memorable. And it might be the longest one you've ever done. It was over 11 hours. So it's the one that MC was in, and you guys were on for a long time before I came on. And then I got into the live chat, and I was trying to be very patient for a good long while. If I'm remembering right, it was like a couple of hours. And then I just got a little impatient and just went straight to the heart of the matter. And if you remember, Shan, MC started crying and then she got off the live. And you guys had been on there, I think, for like 9 hours already. Like I was thinking it was more like a 6 hour live, but you guys had been on there forever and a day. I didn't check to see how long she'd been on it, but you, girl, you're like the marathoner. Um, and then when I was broaching the subject of that MC's daughter could have been in Kylie's shoes, she kind of snapped. And it's my opinion that she was ready to snap. I mean, who wouldn't be when you've been on a live for that long and then somebody's kind of coming at you? But I don't think that what I said was an attack. I think what I said was confrontational, but I don't think I was bullying her. I was concerned that I was, and I, watched it a few times the next day thinking, could I have done that better? And honestly, I'm sure I could have done it better, but at that point in time, I couldn't because I was tired and I was either going to just not say anything or just speak the truth. So I went for that whole truth thing, and I think she used it as an excuse to get off the live that she probably had been wanting to get off of anyway. But I put the timestamp and I put it in the comments of yesterday's video. I'll copy and paste it into the description too. But I would like you guys to check it out because my suspicion, I'm jumping on the coattails of Ninja Chihuahua and Shan and a couple others. My suspicion is that MC's children were at that party and that they know a lot more. She knows a lot more than what she's ever alluded to. And even in that 11-hour live, she's going into great detail about things that she has since backed way off of and said, essentially that she doesn't even have the information, that she wouldn't know. But on that night, Shan, that was probably just a couple of nights before Halloween last year, she was going into great detail. So I don't know that I'd have it in me to listen to the entire 11-hour live, but maybe, I'd break it up over a long couple of days and get all my housework done, get all my laundry folded, get out for a walk and do some gardening, and that'll take care of it. 11 hours worth of conversation. Because it would be nice to get the whole thing in context. But and Mark is on that live panel too. And oh, that was just both um reassuring and sweet and bittersweet too. Absolutely. Goodness, he was such a great person. I feel like I knew him just from the YouTube, and so when you hurt her feelings for asking what happens when it's her daughter next. Exactly. Let's see. Most of my 8 hour plus ones are because MC came on. And she'll just talk in circles. That's what she was doing. That's what she was doing to you guys. And then I came on the panel, but I didn't want to just like jump right in. I was trying to, mind my P's and Q's and um, kind of test the water and hang out for a little while. And then, yeah, it was it was just mindless. It was just spinning in circles, which is what I always felt about that kind of conversation with that subject. So I would avoid it. But at that point, because it was your show and you guys were chatting forever and a day, I thought, well, I'll come on and see what happens. And, I was just really relieved that it didn't become like a whole lot of drama with other people. And she and I quickly sort of made up and let it go, water under the bridge. But then I think she forgot because then she had a hissy fit and she went ballistic on me. And to be quite frank, Shan and I got into it a little bit because I was like, hey, Shan, maybe you'd not let her trash me on your show once in a while. But honestly, I felt like it was a compliment to be getting trashed by that particular individual. Like, if she would have thought I was a great person, I would have questioned everything about myself. So, her trashing me was just kind of an annoyance, and I just thought that, maybe. And Shan said, "We're just chatting, sorry, not sorry," and I was fine with that. We just kinda let some space hang in our connection, and it was totally fine. We didn't exactly see eye to eye, but I 100% saw where she was coming from, so, I wasn't even that concerned. I just thought I'd bring it up and then let it go. So there. So that's how we got through our conflict, right, Shan? We love each other like Teletubbies. But I love your comment about when you hurt her feelings for asking what happens when it's her daughter next. Crazy. It was a logical question. Thank you, Shan. I felt like it was pretty logical myself. Like I said, I was trying to take it easy and not be attacking anybody. And then it seemed like she felt attacked, which, she's allowed to feel however she wants to feel. And like I said, I think she used it as a good excuse to get off of a panel that she had been on for too long already. So I own my part of it, and that's that. But, I certainly don't want to bully anybody. And I feel like there's a lot of bullying on YouTube and just something that we all need to be careful of. All she knows how to do is add fuel to the fire and is why I don't F with her anymore. Yeah, and the spinning in circles, that's like her favorite thing. My goodness, like she just starts so many sentences that she doesn't finish and she speaks the word salad, Shan. So I have a new one for you. I don't know if you caught this in my video the day before yesterday, Monday's video. In Maui, those Maui officials, the government officials, they have number salad. So, like MC's got her word salad, those Maui officials have number salad. So that's how they come up with their numbers. They're crazy arse numbers, right? So I keep thinking of that Beastie Boys song in my head, the Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves. So I had mentioned the day before yesterday, I think, that I had heard on the news about a government official getting arrested for the mishandling of a disaster. And I'm not sure if it was the Lebanese general Joseph Aoun, Aoun. I Googled it because I thought that it was something that just had happened recently, but maybe it was like a news show that I was listening to. I listen to NPR a lot, and maybe they were talking about something that happened a few years ago. So a long time ago, if you guys remember in Beirut, October 23rd, 2014, 218 people were killed in a absolute disaster. Um, It was a non-nuclear explosion, but it wiped out a lot. Let me read a little bit to you. This article that I found was like forever and a day long, so I'm not gonna go there, but I did take screenshots of a couple of pages that I thought I'd share with you guys. So this is just 3 screens if you wanna bear with me. Um, so the Beirut port explosion killed 218 people, including nationals of Lebanon, Syria, Egypt, Ethiopia, Bangladesh, Philippines, Pakistan, Palestine, the Netherlands, Canada, Germany, France, Australia, and the United States. It wounded 7,000 people, of whom at least 150 acquired physical disability, caused untold psychological harm, and damaged 77,000 apartments, displacing over 300,000 people. At least 3 children between the ages of 2 and 15 lost their lives. 31 children required hospitalization. 1,000 children were injured. See, these are probably real similar numbers to what they're hiding over there in Lahaina, because this is just 3 children that lost their life, 31 that required hospitalization, 1,000 that were injured, and in this case, it was a much bigger city. 80,000 children were left without a home. So, yeah, how many children over there in Lahaina are left without a home? Like, they're not producing these numbers in their number salad. The explosion affected 163 public and private schools and rendered half of Beirut's healthcare centers non-functional, and it impacted 56% of the private business in Beirut. There was extensive damage to the infrastructure, including transport, energy, water supply, and sanitation. Very, very similar, huh? Energy, water supply, transportation, infrastructure, sanitation, and municipal services, totaling 390 to $475 million in losses in US dollars. According to the World Bank, the explosion caused an estimated 3.8 to 4.6 billion in material damage. So this skips a little bit and then picks up with evidence indicates that many of Lebanon's senior leaders, including President Michael Anoun, what did I say? Because I wrote his name down. What did it say? Joseph? Did it say Joseph Anoun? So this says Michael Anoun. That's weird. Um, then Prime Minister Hassan Diab, the General Director of State Security, Major General Tony Salib, former Lebanese Army Commander General Jean Kaujah. This is hard. I shouldn't have signed up for reading all these names, huh? Former Minister of Finance Ali Hassan Kahil, former Minister of Public Works and Transport Gahazi Zayatar, and former Minister of Public Works and Transport Yosef Fenianos, among others, were informed of risks posed by the ammonium nitrate and failed to take the necessary actions to protect the public. Official correspondence reflects that once the ship arrived in Beirut, Ministry of Finance and Ministry of Public Works and Transport officials failed to correctly communicate or adequately investigate the potential explosive and combustible nature of the ship's cargo and the danger it posed. Ministry of Public Works and Transport officials inaccurately described the cargo's risks in their requests to the judiciary to offload the merchandise and knowingly stored the ammonium nitrate in Beirut's port alongside flammable or explosive materials for nearly 6 years in a poorly secured and ventilated hangar in the middle of a densely populated commercial and residential area. You guys, did you know that there was something like this going on in Houston, Texas a few years ago? They found a whole bunch of explosives stored under Houston. They got them before they exploded. Um, their practices contravened international ammonium nitrate safe storage and handling guidance. Neither they nor any security agency operating in the port took adequate steps to secure the material or establish an adequate emergency response plan or precautionary measures should a fire break out in the port. Almost done here if I'm boring you to death. Took adequate steps to secure the materials or establish an adequate emergency response plan or precautionary measures should a fire break out in the port. That's what I just read. They also reportedly failed to adequately supervise the repair work undertaken on Hangar 12 that may have triggered the explosion on August 4th, 2020. Oh, okay. So there was something way more recent. So maybe this was it. Official correspondence also indicates that port customs and army officials ignored steps they could have taken to secure or destroy the material. Custom officials repeatedly took steps to sell or re export the ammonium nitrate that were procedurally incorrect. But instead of correcting their procedural error, they persisted with these same incorrect interventions despite repeatedly being told of the procedural problems by the judiciary. Legal experts even state that customs officials could have unilaterally could have acted unilaterally to remove the ammonium nitrate, that they could have sold it at public auction or disposed of it without a judicial order, which they never took steps to do. So, yeah, that port is has even before this happened, it was referred to as Alibaba and the 40 Thieves, which is why I got that song stuck in my head. Let's see. Mm. Oh, you, however, I adore Shan. You're so sweet. It was fun watching these older videos where, kind of you and I first met online. So I was thinking the same thing. You just kick butt, and I love that about you. And I love that you're just you, no bells, no whistles, just you. And you're very savvy with the techniques, the technological techniques. So I appreciate that too. Maybe someday I will be. So far, so far, not my thing. And, I'm just amazed, as I've said many times to my viewers, I'm amazed that I have a YouTube channel at all. If I didn't have a house full of an IT crew, it wouldn't be possible. So thank goodness for kids and hubby. Um, let's see, late, but here, hi, Fred Field. It's nice to see you. Very nice to see you. And, um, and Mark says, not late to you. Anthony Bourdain was filming his show in Beirut when that happened. Are you serious? Raised from perdition 2 times? And hello, I don't know that I've seen you before. I know that Anthony Bourdain was up to some stuff that people think he was rubbed out. Sending love and light to all. Thank you, J. Rana Boomer. Awesome. And that's so funny. Is that a zombie? Because it almost looks like the Statue of Liberty with the like patinaed, um, torch. But I think that's a green zombie hand. So yeah, let's talk about those zombie traps in the Idaho case in a minute when we get there. Um, People haven't been talking about that. People need to be talking about the freaking brain on the dumpster. And Mr. Brett Payne, oh, it's probably just animal. It's like, well, yeah, it better probably be just animal. Like, what, WTF? Crazy, 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 crazy. I think it was a sign. I think it was a signal. I think it was a flag of sorts. Anyway, we'll talk about that more in a second. Late but here, yes, they had a hard time getting the crew out, sailed out on huge refuge boat. I'm here a lot, usually lurking or replay. Oh, very cool. Very cool. Well, thanks for speaking up. That's fascinating information. Sounds like a rabbit hole we could jump into, right? Oh man. Yeah, Epstein, Kate Spade, Chris Cornell, the guy from Lincoln Park. There's a lot. There's a lot of sus activity, right? I mean, Chris Cornell and the guy from Lincoln Park were allegedly working on an anti-trafficking kind of thing, the human type. So, um, very, very fascinating. One sec. Excuse me while I spill my water all over my face because I forgot how to drink. Or sometimes I feel like a toddler. So, I want to talk about the zombie brains in Moscow, the zombie traps, the brain on the dumpster. I really want to talk about Suzanne Morphew's case. Um, the thing with Barry laying on the ground. Do you guys remember when he did that? I think I spoke of it yesterday. I was looking for a picture of it. I actually found one, but it's not a very clear image. Um, Paula Plunder did an excellent hour-long inquisition into the missing 14 miles. That I think that's the title of it, and I will link that in the description. She goes over a lot of the information, a lot of the nitty-gritty, and I just highly recommend that. That girl knows how to study. I'm pretty sure she had a career in mainstream journalism prior to getting into her own YouTube channel. But we all know Ms. Paula and love Ms. Paula. She's just so kind spirited, gentle hearted, and really focused on justice and um, being positive. So she put a bunch of photographs next to, she does a split screen. So she's on one side of the screen and the photographs are on the other. And she went through an amazing array of photos. And one of them was of Barry laying on the ground. So if you don't know the story, I think it was the first day of the search. It was early in the searching for Suzanne Morphew. And I was not I did not have a YouTube channel back then, but people were talking about it a lot. And people that were there present at the search party, I think were talking to people who were then typing things in chat online. And it sounded crazy. I'm like, what are these people trying to say? Like he was laying on the ground, he was taking a nap, he was having a hissy fit. What? I just thought these people are nuts. I have no idea what they're talking about. And then I actually saw a photograph of honestly what looked like a toad or like a creature, a sand creature from Dune, and it just looked like dirt and rocks and bramble. And I was like, wait, is that a purse? And I think he was wearing camo, like camo pants and stuff. And it was a person laying on the ground on the dirt. It was Barry. And the story was something like these people were all hiking, looking for whatever, looking for Suzanne, looking for signs of Suzanne. And he suddenly threw himself on the ground, had like a 2-year old temper tantrum, and then just kind of took a nap for like 30 minutes. Not weird. Not weird at all. So thanks to Paula for putting the photograph of that. So at least I have a blurry photo of it. But a lot of people were putting that photograph out a few years ago when it happened. And it's just mind boggling. Do you guys remember that? Do you remember that? It's one of the weirdest points of any case, not just the Suzanne Morphew case. Let's see. All are in that sus area of suicide. Hunter Thompson as well. So one of the things that they say with the sus alleged unaliving selves is that there's always a red ribbon involved, and that usually these people allegedly are found hanging from a red ribbon from a doorknob. Have you guys heard that? I don't know if that's true and accurate, but that's what I've gathered. And Let's see. Hit that like button. Yeah. Hey, Mrs. Amir. Hello from Iowa, Sharon Kennedy. At least you're not in Idaho, right? Scary. My 21-year-old housemate loves you. He asks is Squirrels on Fire going live? Every morning, every AM. Is Squirrels on Fire going live? Every night. Is Squirrels on Fire going live? The kids got it bad to hear what you talk. Well, and I just love your style. Really, Shan. I love the way you talk. So um I'm with this 21-year-old housemate for sure. And I know that sometimes you are very productive online and other times you're busy with other things. Same with Ara. And I finally got to listen to Ara's live from the day before yesterday. And I'm so concerned. I hope she's not getting COVID. She sounded horrible. She had to end the live after like half an hour because she said that her throat wasn't hurting. She just sounded really, really bad. But then it started to hurt. So she wrapped it up. And, she does so much for so many people with her job and being a music teacher in a high school. I think it's a high school, right? With kids. I mean, she said she had like a big band event over the weekend that really kicked her in the butt. Does the 21 kid know how to use YouTube and check and subscribe? LOL. Mark, you're too funny. Not everyone's addicted to YouTube like we are. There was a time when I had no idea, no clue. So, um, to talk about the zombie trap, and that was Shan who came up with that when I was talking about it the first time I spoke about it in a live, and I was like, brain on a dumpster, what's that? And she so quickly in chat just said zombie trap with a question mark. And I've just loved it ever since. It's hilarious. It's a total zombie trap. But why would there be a brain on a dumpster? Like I said, I think that it was some type of sign that either something had already happened or a green light to go ahead with some type of plan. So there's been a ton of rumors whizzing around from Jump in the Idaho 4 case that Ethan got into it with someone at Sigma Chi, right? And then it gets dropped. So the other thing that gets dropped all the time with the Idaho case that drives me nuts is Jack D's alibi. So his alibi was that he was home sleeping, but he's in the photograph with Kaylee and Maddie at the corner club. He's sitting on a bar stool speaking to them, and Adam, hoodie guy, and man without a face are just a few feet away. And Kaylee's whole family has said again and again that's Jack D, and that they spoke with him about it and they know it's him and they know he was there. So, how does that clear him when he lied and said he was home sleeping? Like, WTF, people? We get gaslit on this case and so many others all the time. These people in positions of authority think they can say whatever they want, they can ignore whatever they want, they can create a red herring wherever they want to distract everyone from thinking about something like that that's so freaking logical. So he had a story that didn't check out. He lied about his alibi. Give me an effing break. Something is up with that kid. Not to mention the 10 phone calls and texts total that Kaylee and Maddie had made, or that somebody had made from their phones to his phone. And maybe that wasn't even them that made them. Maybe somebody got a hold of their devices and was trying to make it look like they were doing that they were still of this earth at that hour. And then the whole thing with the two surviving roommates that were there but weren't witnesses. Again, give me an effing break. Like, those two are sus AF. 100%. 100%. 1000%. So, these are just some of the real basics that we got gaslit on from the beginning, from the police chief himself, the canary eating police chief. He's always looking to me like the cat who ate the canary with the yellow tail feathers hanging out of his mouth. He's a complete goofball, utter buffoon, in my humble opinion. Like, yeah, he might be quote unquote a nice man, but you're a freaking police chief. Like, you're the head of a public safety department, and you have four people massacred in their home in the middle of campus. Like, everyone always wants to say off campus housing. It's like essentially in the middle of campus. It's like feet away from campus. It's surrounded by campus. It's in the middle of campus. Nobody's going to live in that house that's not a college kid. And remember, everybody in this case, everybody is an alumni of this college. Like, this college holds all the cards, in my opinion. The University of Idaho, and that president of the university, Green, what's his first name? Scott Green. He seems to be calling all the shots, and that's just wrong, in my opinion. Absolutely. Let's see. Where are we at? Talk about YouTube addiction, Mrs. Amir. My TV is on D moment. We get up till late at night. I don't even switch it off when I do something in another room, just increase the volume to listen. Oh, that's cute. See, I used to have it on my big screen television, but I just keep it on my laptop and my cell phone and don't do it on the television. But yeah, then they're easier to carry with you from room to room too. Um, that's too funny. Yeah, I think a lot of people are addicted to YouTube. And, I'm not going to be shy about it. I'm not going to deny it. I'm addicted to truth and justice, honestly. It's very addictive. Very, very addictive. The whole Idaho case is shady AF. Yep. Cover up from amateurs is why they're always deflecting, in my opinion. 100%. So yesterday, as so many channels were doing, I was talking about Drip Drop's most recent drop. Um, and one of the things he says in that most recent drop that I didn't really talk about yet, that I wanted to talk about, and Harsh Reality actually covered it in one of his videos today. I think he's already done two. He does so many videos, like, he needs to just give himself a break, but I guess he's addicted, right? And he loves it. I mean, I know I love it, and when I skip a day, it just drives me nuts, even when it's a weekend and I know that I have commitments, that there's no way I can be making a video. Anyway, the point, the thing that Drip Drop and Harsh and so many other channels have talked about, but not so much this point, is the part about the Cowboys, the five guys in their flannel shirts, their blue jeans, their cowboy hats. I don't know if they all had cowboy hats, but maybe I'll have to rewatch some of the footage. But they drove up in, I think, a black minivan to the 1122 King Road residence, like 3 weeks into the investigation. They drove up, they jumped out of the vehicle, they went into the house for, I think, all of 5 minutes. And then they all scampered out piled into the minivan and drove off. And thank goodness those quacks at News Nation were there. I mean, thank goodness they had planted themselves there and were watching the place 24/7, because otherwise no one would be the wiser, and we certainly wouldn't have the footage of it. But the News Nation journalists were trying to get these people to answer some questions, and of course they wouldn't answer any questions. But who are those guys? And what were they doing? Like, why did they go in there? Did they go in to get something? Did they go in to take something? Or both? Did they plant something and sneak off with something? It's very, very curious. There has always been a lot of talk about video cameras potentially hidden in the vent system in that house. And again, it was one of those things at first I thought, what are people talking about? That's crazy. And then as I learned more and more about the whole OnlyFans, it's like, well, that would make sense if they're doing this OnlyFans thing that, I'm sure there's all different levels of OnlyFans memberships that you can purchase and subscribe to. Um, and I don't know. I don't know. But was it Drip Drop or was it someone else who was looking at it might have been somebody else. I'll have to review it. Looking at the footage from the grub truck and that guy Joe, the big guy, and he's gone public and spoken out on YouTube channels, but he had a can in his hand that was a secret camera. Have you guys heard about that? So it looks like a soda pop can, but it was a camera, and he was taking pictures of the girls there at the grub truck. Like, really? Like I've said again and again, I think that a lot of eyes were on those girls that night. I think that all three of the dudes standing by the door in the corner club photo were all keeping tabs on the girls. I think Jack was keeping tabs on the girls. I think people at the grub truck were keeping tabs on them. It seems like people knew something was going to go down. Maybe they didn't know what was going to go down, but that they knew something was. Um, yeah, it is shady. It's 100% shady. And as soon as it happened, like literally the day I heard about it, which was probably like the 14th of November last year, maybe even the 13th, I don't know, but it was like, right away. I thought, crazy. Like this type of thing doesn't happen. And in my experience, the only way something like that can happen in a densely populated area like that in the center of campus housing would be if local law enforcement gave a green light. So I go back to that again and again. That's what I think. I think law enforcement is over their eyeballs involved in this whole thing. 100%. And just all the crazy spins like, oh, no, I never said they were witnesses. I said they were there. And I'm not even kidding. You look up witness, like I could Google it right now and read you the definition, and it says, somebody who is there, basically. Kid you not. Um, let's see. He sees me participate in chats all the time, so he thinks I have the inside track. Um, Well, don't you, J. Ronna Boomer? You totally have the inside track. Some had ball caps. Why were they allowed in? Crazy. Oh, thank you for clarifying that. So some had baseball caps, and then I know at least two cowboy hats. And did they all have beards and mustaches? Like they all looked like they were, 30-ish, give or take. They all, in my memory, they all had like brown beards and mustaches and white guys. Of course, everybody in Idaho's white. Sorry, not sorry, it's the truth. And the flannel shirts, the plaid shirts, and then like tucked into the blue jeans with the big belt, like cowboy boots, like the whole 9 yards. And who the heck were they? Who the heck were they? I mean, obviously they had some type of clearance and authorization to go in there or they would have been arrested. But why was it never discussed like who they were? Um, that whole situation was weird, blatantly obvious camera now crew posted up outside the property. Those five guys thought it was a great idea to enter the house. I didn't see any law enforcement badges on them. Hey, Nicole Clark. Yeah, I definitely didn't see any law enforcement badges for sure. Why is no one joining my homeless? Mark, you are too freaking funny. You are so funny. I don't really have one. Really, really, I don't. Oh my goodness. So obviously you do. I have a YouTube. Let's see. I have YouTube on TV too. Didn't know why I pay for Hulu and Netflix or YouTube. I only watch YouTube, waiting for my Kylie channels to go live. And where is the freaking Kylie specials? The 48 hours, the 60 minutes, the 2020 Dateline. Where are the Kylie Rodney specials, you guys? I'm earnestly asking that for real. Like, I really want to see Kylie Rodney specials. Don't you? Are we already at 50 minutes? How does that happen? Um, so let's focus on Kylie, and then just whatever you guys want to talk about. Like I said, I've been so rushed these last couple of days. I didn't get to do any videos over the weekend. Zero. And then Monday I was rushed. Yesterday I was rushed. It's really nice to not be rushed at the moment. So it is just a quarter after 12, and tell me what you guys want to talk about. And let's talk about Kylie, because that case is crazy. Is the California State Highway Patrol, are they ever going to produce the report? It does not take over a year and a quarter to write a report for a car accident. It just doesn't. So what's going on with that? Like, I know Shanda sometimes talks about that maybe they're actually doing a real investigation, and wouldn't that be nice? I just don't want to get my hopes up. I really don't. J. Ron and Boomer Mark, OnlyFans, what were you wearing? There's too much non-transparency in all of these cases. So many loose ends. Good points, Mr. Mark. Jay Rana, I was on True Crime and Lies and saw on my phone Jazz's live. I dropped off and hopped on here. Oh, thank you, Mrs. Amir. That's so sweet. Not to take from True Crime and Lies. I've watched that channel, but it's been a while. I know it's a great title, True Crime and Lies. There's so many good channels. It's so hard to keep up, but it's a great problem to have, right? Hello, 10-4. Very cool. I hadn't thought about it like that, Sunset. 10-4, like old CB radios. Um, let's see. Did they ever interview the person who flew away? Oh, that would be Jack S. Mark Molina in the Idaho 4 case. The hoodie guy that was standing by the door closest to Man Without a Face and with Adam the bartender, who then walked with the girls down to the grub truck. He drove a long way out of town in the wee hours after chasing after the girls when they got their ride, and he didn't realize they left. And then he went to Africa, right? But then what about Kate Cunyo, who has she been in Europe for the whole last year? Question. I don't know. Um, So yeah, and it was Mama D on 1111 Tarot who said, I don't care what this trip was or how long it was planned or how normal it was for him to go there. Like, he should be getting interviewed. And if your friends that you'd been hanging out with were savagely taken like that, wouldn't you want to come back and grieve with your other friends? And wouldn't you want to interview and give all the information that you possibly could to law enforcement? Like, it makes me suspicious that he didn't come right back. If he had no involvement, if he'd just been hanging out with the girls that night and then flew to Africa, and then he's going to hear this, obviously, I would think a normal, not guilty person would immediately return. I mean, situations like that, you come running. You drop everything and you come running. There's no question about it. Zero question about it. So I think he is sus AF for many reasons, but that being one. Let's see. So no, I don't think that they have interviewed him that's publicly known to answer your awesome question mark. I like saying that question mark. Okay, we have to all leave questions on all the Kylie news channels. It's a great comment there, J. Rana Boomer. Yeah, there's so many good questions in the Kylie Rodney case. Like, why were you having a Lord of the Flies party? That's a good question, right? And why did you say it was like Lord of the Flies and then never say it again? So Sammy, do you guys remember when she was being interviewed at ground zero of the search party and the person from the news was asking her about the older people that were there and how big the party got and how um, uncomfortable it was. And do you remember when Sammy saying it was scary? It was scary. And then she kind of does this, like a huge smirk, like it was scary or I was scared, but she uses that word scared, which is funny because I think it was just the day before that she was being interviewed by Tony Dodge talking about the exact same thing, and she said she was overwhelmed. Remember that whole thing about how she doesn't usually get overwhelmed, she usually gets underwhelmed, but she was overwhelmed, and then the next day she decided that it wasn't overwhelming, it was straight up scary. So I think that's interesting because I think she was changing her story. She was changing the way she categorized it from being an overwhelming party where it's just too much stimulus, too much social interaction, to being scared because, these guys with their drugs, with their big bad drugs, not the tiny nice drugs that they're used to. I couldn't believe it when they said that, like drugs that we don't even normally have. Like, I mean, us druggies with all of our drugs, and they had those drugs, those scary drugs. Like, that was crazy. Absolutely crazy to go on interviews on television and YouTube talking about your normal drugs. Like, damn, damn, damn. So, yeah. Um, where are we at? Because no MS mainstream media wants to touch cases with deep corruption roots or ties to trafficking of both sorts and cartels, gangs. That's why. Shan, you speaketh the truth, and you're making me think of the Maui fires because I think that that's why Eric West was getting threatened was because he was speaking about the corruption and deep corruption. Deep corruption. If this information is true and accurate about the 13 hours missing from the satellite images during the Lahaina fires, like that's freaking huge. That takes it to a whole new level. Unless, of course, it's missing because it's under investigation by, a larger entity, the federal authorities, Department of Homeland Security. It should be under investigation. All of these people involved in that Maui massacre should be under investigation. Absolutely. Um, let's see where we're at. I'm just saying that Netflix bought the land in Truckee, and I'm just trying to get more Kylie Rodney info. And I don't see much new anything. I hate this truth for Kylie, justice for Kylie. I agree, harsh one, Shelley. The new information that I feel like I see about the Kylie Rodney case is, of course, the recycling of the old information, but seeing it from a fresh perspective, which hindsight is 2020. The things that you thought about information a year ago, you have a lot more information now to look at those same clips and see entirely different things, right? Divine Justice, aka Mrs. G, the honey badger. I love your long name. I posted how much Megan loves you. Oh, you're so funny. I can't wait to check it out. Man, you were just going a mile a minute with all of your videos. I love it, Mrs. G. I absolutely love it. And yeah, it's a mutual kind of love, huh? Oh my goodness. Where did it go? Where did it go? I don't know how I lost track of you guys. Man, I've been like way back here. Am I like in the Twilight Zone or something? Okay, so I'm gonna speed read and get caught up. I left a long comment on Facebook, CHP Kylie post. Excellent. J. Rana Boomer. Very, very good. Placer County and CHP ignore 90% of comments on Kylie's stuff. I've noticed. Laugh my FNA off. Mrs. G saw that video this morning. I was CTFU. Oh, I can't wait to see it. We should all watch it together. Have a watch party. I'll link it in my description once I can get to that. I still need to do most of the links from yesterday too. Um, Hello, CB. Today's my birthday. All I want is a CHP report on Kylie Rodney explaining how it wasn't an accident. Um, wouldn't that be awesome? Wouldn't that be awesome? I mean, it felt like a birthday Christmas surprise with Suzanne Morphew being located. Seriously. So, with the Kylie case, you guys, when Sammy is being interviewed by Tony and she says something about Kylie's location, we all caught that. We need to talk about that. That's a weird thing to say about a person unless, they're not living where she was located, the location. Let's talk about that. And so I'm going to keep getting caught up. Um, Happy birthday, CB. Happy birthday. And okay, they can ignore, but someone somewhere needs them, right? Happy birthday, happy birthday. May all of your wishes come true. Happy birthday. Oh, so much birthday love. This whole thing is sus AF, just like others like Kylie's case. Shan, what happened to RT Local? He quit showing up on channels. Um, I don't know who RT is, the local. But yeah, all these locals in the Idaho case too, with I obviously with Kylie's case we had MC, and then we had Jane Doe 1, Jane Doe 2. I don't know who RT is though. Um it was scary, really scary. Is that the quote? Thank you, Shan. Awesome. Thank you for quoting that. It was scary, really scary. Because, yeah, we were texting about that a couple days ago. I'm just like, I keep wanting to discuss that. So let's try to discuss that as I'm getting caught up. We should all call the news channels. There was a photo of the party or Kylie anywhere, no ring camera or store camera videos, with all the heads standing around the autopsy, not one thought to press on the brakes to study Kylie's lungs. Unforgivable. Unforgivable. Yeah, those suspicious. weights of those lungs is crazy. Harsh one, Shelley. I have a community post currently, 30 plus channel creator playlist, old videos, but new if you haven't seen them. Oh, I'll have to check that out. It was scary, and yet they stayed, and all the BS made up. Yeah. Didn't he though, Mark? So did Jess. Seems any local that goes around MC dips off YouTube or comes running to my inbox. Well, you keep it up, Shan. They allowed whoever get away with red rum, 100%. Um, and was there shrooms? Are those the bad ones? I'm thinking like H and cocaine. I mean coke, but I don't know. Um, I mean, I would think that things like that is probably part of the stuff that they like that they're normally around. California teenagers in the woods. I would think a lot of marijuana, LSD, shrooms, that's just the norm. Um, let's see. Shan, that brilliant on main media. What I want Evan to clarify is how Kylie's car was there when he took his nap at 12:30 or 1 or 2 and realized it was gone at 8 a.m. and why he's not a suspect. So, squirrels, nobody takes naps at parties. Teenagers, I feel like Lewis Black. Teenagers are not taking naps at their freaking parties. That's just never going to happen. I mean, we all remember being that age. You stay up all night and it's like no big deal and it's fun. It doesn't matter how tired you get. You just drink some coffee or, Red Bull or whatever. Nobody's going to go freaking take a nap at a party. Not Kylie, not anyone. Um, I have a community post on my channel with a list. Okay, let's see. Can we rescue Kylie dog wherever he is? Oh, that big white dog. Lindsay accepted the narrative and put a stop to everything. Unbelievable. And everybody being so mad at AWP for finding her. I mean, obviously, they weren't going with the script, in my opinion, is why people were so mad at them. And again, we can thank all of the people for showing their anger at AWP because that's good information to know. Who would have thought? That was very curious. I'm telling my hubby to take me to Frucky, and want to snoop around their incognito. Yeah, that's not exactly where she was located. Is that the quote? That's not exactly where she was located? Because whatever it was, it seemed like she quickly tried to eat those words, right? Like she was like, "Oh crap, I slipped." And that needs to be focused on, that needs to be questioned. I'm working on making playlists for the bigger channels that have lots of Kylie videos mixed in. That's awesome, Rana. That is so cool. Thank you so much for doing that because I don't have any playlists on my channel, and it's something that I've wanted to do, like get my Kylie playlist together, my Nirvana playlist, my you know, Gits playlist, all of them. The Gabby Petito, Suzanne Morphew. That's great that you're doing that for other channels. That is so cool. I know the answer to that. They're breaking down the reflections and videos. I'm going to rewatch as was a lot to take in. The reflections. Man, Shan is really good at that, if that's what you're talking about, like the reflections in glasses and that kind of thing. Cell phones. It's because RT told MC in a comment on her channel that his neighbor has 3 boys that attended the party. Oh. So many similarities with the Fight Club connections to Idaho and Kylie. And the Fight Club with Gabby too, with Brian Laundrie. So you guys with Barry Morphew, I am afraid he's gonna Brian Laundrie himself. Just had to say that. That's my biggest fear, is that he will Brian Laundrie himself. So many similarities. Okay, I just read that one. Did I highlight it? Though I did not. Let me highlight it. And I just jumped. Mrs. G, I think Lindsay decided to be happy with what they say and get the F out of Truckee, and Dad and Grandpa both making me feel weird. I'm like, WTF are they doing? Why her dad didn't know Kylie? Ketamine. Oh, is that something that they abuse? I think it is, right? Ketamine. And do they call it Special K? Because Special K used to be a reference to H, but I think that it's since changed, that the slang is for the ketamine. Um, Pro channels. I have a huge Kylie playlist nearing 1,000 videos from all over YouTube. Whoa, squirrels, you're doing it. You go, girl. That's amazing. 1,000 videos. That is so cool. I'm not blaming the drug use, but I'm trying to understand why they have covered it up. Why Kylie Rodney? Who decided? Yeah. OMG, I stayed up playing Atari all night. True. Oh, back when you were young. Yeah, and I mean, when you're at a party, you're very energized, not just because of the substances you might be playing with, but because of all the people around. I lied. It has 1,125 videos. Excellent. And there's the link for it. Wow. Get caught up, you guys. There's your homework for the next year and a half. There's the Kylie playlist. That is so freaking cool. Thank you. I'm going to try to put that into my description too. So I'll have 10 things in my description again, like I often do. Sometimes I try to just keep it down to like one or two things, but a lot of times lately it's been half a dozen or close to a dozen. Sammy has been sus AF, and MC is not helping with SS looking better. I'm just hoping for truth for Kylie, justice for Kylie. Yeah, I think MC coming out swinging, I think, has really backfired. Just like when she put the Bible on her head a few days ago. Like, yeah, that makes you look like you're telling the truth in La La Land. I mean, it makes you look like a complete crackpot. Give me a break. Like, nobody does that except you, MC. Come on. Hey, Kim. You and Army and a few others are on my list because you are Kylie focused. Yes. Um, Squirrels on Fire. Yes, you have the best Kylie Rodney Truth for Kylie videos. Go, Shan, go. Hey, hey, how's things? What been here. Shan is awesome. Squirrel says, "Oh, that playlist I dropped doesn't include my videos. I can add mine, and then I'll have 1,500 plus." Wow, that's amazing. Kenny, how are you doing? It's so nice to see you. I know you're on such a different time frame than the rest of us. That's always rough. Squirrels on Fire, you're on my list in two places. Cheers, Mark. I'm doing good. Hope everyone here is too. And Nicole Clark says, and used to call my ex-husband Special K whenever he said or did something questionable. His name is Kevin. It's hilarious. Oh my goodness, that is so funny, Nicole. Thanks for sharing. That's a good laugh. Is the lawsuit still moving forward? Have heard much on it. So you're probably referring to the lawsuit from Daniel Rodney and the grandpa suing Upchurch. Because then you got Barry Morphew, who's suing like 50 people for like $15 million, like suing everybody that was involved in his arrest. Like, that's going to go well, dude. Keep it up. Kylie's dad seems to have not been in her life enough. In my opinion, he was not acting like he knew his child, but I swear that was said in the beginning, Truth for Kylie. And, I mean, some of that can be the dynamic with the parents too. Like, who knows? Because it seems like that's his only child, right? Why you got slow mode on? Oh, Crime Watch, I just have it set for a 15-second gap. That's all. Did it do it differently? It shouldn't be too much of a problem. Um, let's see. I don't know if you're talking about something else. Like, is the chat going slow or is it just me going slow? He only sees Kylie twice a year and is why I think Far Away is a song to her bio dad. Ew. And especially when he lives right there, like 20 minutes away, maybe an hour away. He lives over on the west side of Lake Tahoe, I think. Um, yes, it is up church, but more time. No offense, Lala. Shan, I posted a couple of pics in Discord of the car supposedly outside the Lost Trail. Gaff. Um, Shan, I know I heard that or something like that, but I'm just trying to figure out how he feels and why he doesn't do the right by Kylie. Truth for Kylie, justice for Kylie. Slow mode is good, making myself biscuits and gravy, and I can still follow along. LOL. Um, Yeah, I didn't know that I had slow mode on. I mean, if you're referring to the thing where it's like you can only comment every 15 seconds, and that's just because every once in a while somebody's commenting too much. It doesn't happen too often. But nobody can get a word in edgewise. So that's why. Let's see. Is that why her song mentions twice a year she cuts her wrist? Was always trying to figure that part of song out. I know. So sad. Hell yeah, Kenny. I'll check it when I sit. I'm cleaning my bedroom with y'all. So we're all in your bedroom? Yeah, I'm constantly trying to clean my bedroom. I'm kind of a clothes horse, so that's a big problem. And I try to purge and spread the love and share the clothes with friends. And, you know, it's easier to give them to people that I know than it is to just like give them to a donation if I'm giving them to somebody that I know. But then I have to remember, even if I'm donating them, that they're going to go to better homes where they get more use if I'm just piling my stuff up. Yeah, I admit it. I'm a clothes horse. Who knew? Shan, the exact same fishing net is in the back. I don't know what you're referring to. Crime Watch with Kenny on fishing net on some cars. Once Upon a Crime channel is saying that many were involved in a fight and unaliving at Linda Lane breakdown of the reflections and the sounds, then moved them. Shan have to watch his videos. Yeah, Once Upon a Crime is one that I am not extremely familiar with. I've definitely seen the channel and it's a good one. Again, I love the title. Like, man, people come up with the greatest titles, huh? I think So Much Perdition. I think she held the pain in of missing her bio dad or resentment towards him and her mom, in my opinion. Since I don't make videos, I share everyone's. That's a good way to do it. I put them on Pinterest, Blogspot, my playlist, and a couple of other places. I like trying to comment on all. It's awesome, Jay Rana. That's really cool to promote the videos that you like. Biscuits and gravy, squirrels on fire. Thanks. Always wondered what that meant. Got a phone call. How do they believe their kid drove into the water? Yeah, I don't think they do believe it. 'Cause, yeah, they taught her how to drive, and they know what a good driver she was and what a responsible young woman she was. I watched that outdoorsy. It was wild, Mrs. G. I don't know how they believe that last known photo is her when it clearly isn't. Well, that tattoo on the chest that I always thought was a shadow. And, just the shadow matches Sammy's tattoo, right? Shan, did you get to look up Highway 17? Still much breakfast time where I am. Mark Molina, exactly. As parents, how do they swallow that BS? I don't understand. I haven't done much but sleep a lot since Friday. Today is the first day I've felt human and alive. Oh, I'm so sorry. Were you under the Rona? The whole Corona thing going around again is terrible. I hope that's not what's going on with Ara. I'm screenshotting everything everyone wants me to check out. Yeah, you got your homework, girl. Um, CB biscuits and gravy. What sort of biscuits do you have with gravy? That was funny. Amen. And comments and reactions are sus to me. Why I think something happened way earlier. Yeah, yeah. Again, all of these cases throw the timelines off. The Kylie Rodney's case, Suzanne Morphew's case, Idaho 4 case. Um, they all throw the timelines off. So let's see. I agree. Something happened way earlier on, what was it, that Friday? Was it the 5th of August, probably? Mrs. G waiting on more videos. I'm reviewing Squirrel Squad discussion. Right now, I'm reviewing Squirrel Squad discussion. Which Squirrel Squad discussion, girl? I want to check out what you're checking out. You always have such a great spin on things. I hope you feel better, Shan. I was looking for your videos yesterday. I know I always get sad when there's not new squirrels videos or new Ara videos, but then I just have to be patient. I know you guys will be getting them out again soon. I know you enjoy doing it. So then why not say it's all BS if they don't believe in that photo they ignored? They're coming. I hope you're well now. My immune system crashed hard, not Rona. Well, I'm glad not Rona, but yeah, your immune system. Dang, dang, girl. I've been saying that wasn't Kylie in the screenshot. BS, they said was her. I showed it to others and they said it looks more like SS, and I didn't tell them about it, and they said it was not Kylie. I always thought that she looked so different in that photo. And like from day one, I thought that is a very unique picture of Kylie. It doesn't look like her in any of her other photos. But I still bought the gaslighting being told it was Kylie. I 100% bought it. Like, I still have that twinge in me that it's like, I'm not 100% sure that it's not Kylie, but I'm about 99.9% sure. You guys convinced me. It took a while. I was very slow to warm up to the idea. I kind of thought you guys were just crazy, I'll be honest, right? Shan and all her squirrel squad with their damn conspiracy theories. There is a pic of the CRV in some sort of breaker yard. It has a fishing net in the back and it has the same net in the car, pic taken outside the lodge. Very interesting. Crime Watch, you always catch these things. You are so good. You're an awesome armchair detective. Internet sleuth. You do too much, Shan. I'm glad you rested. Yeah, anyone who does an 11-hour live, I would say, has a tendency to overdo it. And I'm not saying that as a criticism, I'm just making an observation. I mean, rock on. I don't think I could ever do an 11-hour live. I can barely do a 2-hour live. I'm about an hour and a half almost and getting a little antsy, a little squirrely. Let's see, probably 6 since it was private and I said "Pick it" and made it public without editing it. I'm so confused. I'll check out what you're talking about. I've been looking for Squirrels on Fire videos or lives. I'm going to that yard very soon. Oh, Divine Justice, aka Mrs. G, the honey badger. You're going to go to the yard where the CRV is over there in Truckee? Is it in Truckee or is it in Reno? Reno. Let's see. Kylie, Trinity, and Paisley discussion. Okay, good. Yeah, Kylie, Trinity, and Paisley. So the whole thing with Trinity's boyfriend's mom being at Kylie Rodney's celebration of life, and her name is Sunshine Fowler. And then Francis Fowler was Trinity's boyfriend that was allegedly involved in that evening activities with her, but I don't think he was. But at first they were saying that she was running to his house. That was the story. That was story number one. That she was tripping on LSD and decided to run in her socks to his house 10 miles away out there in the Sierra winter weather. And then Paisley Woodard is his girlfriend who passed away, Francis Fowler's girlfriend who passed away almost a year to the day of Trinity passing away. And Paisley's a dead ringer for Trinity. For anybody who doesn't know, I'm amazed my brain can remember some of these things with names and everything. So Paisley was hit by a car on, I want to say it was Halloween, and then Trinity had event, her fatal event on November 7th. And that whole thing was just so much effery. But the fact that they look so much alike, and remember when we were having these discussions about how redheads, green eyed redheads in the trafficking are highly sought after because they're harder to come by? And Kylie, she had green eyes. So she wasn't a redhead, but she had green eyes. And that's a thing. And so maybe the trafficking thing, I don't know. I mean, that just seems like a rabbit hole, but it also seems potential. Absolutely. I'm beginning to believe that the reason there's no pictures from the party of Kylie is because she looks really bad. Oh, like maybe she had the shit beaten out of her or something early on. Jay Rana. Oh my goodness. And remember that picture of everybody lined up that it looks like they're looking out over an edge. The one picture that Sammy Smith shared early on saying, "This is a picture of the party." And she pointed to the one girl and said, "That's Kylie. That one is Kylie." Like, why did she say that? And why did she then never explain herself? And just stop, sort of like with the Lord of the Flies. Never explained herself, just stopped. Um, Girl's been telling on herself since day one, huh? Yeah. All right. Left my A off and hope it continues to improve. We going hard in the paint tonight. All vapes are illegal in California. Are they? I did not know that. Feel better, Shan. Take care. Health is important. Yeah. I have been doing a lot of OBS learning. It's an amazing program, isn't it? I think it's a steering wheel lock across the back seats. Interesting, Mrs. G. The steering wheel lock across the back seats. Yes, it is, Kenny. Once you get the basics down, it's awesome sauce. Mrs. G, it's 100%. What happened? I hate it when it jumps. 100% a fishing net. Okay, I'm going to highlight that one. Reno 911 is real out there. Wow. Yeah, it is a weird show. Brooklyn Nine-Nine, that's a funny show. Have you guys watched that? Um, Very funny. I'm going back there momentarily. Good, good, good. Once I figure out an easier way to patch in a panel for OBS, I'll make a tutorial video because Ninja is complicated as shite. Shan will help me find everything. Yes, she will. She's awesome at helping. Mrs. G, you know I'll be your real-time GPS. Let me know when you do, and I'll give you my number. Oh, that's so cool. That's awesome. My sister would do that sometimes with me before I was like GPS savvy. Let's see, Shan, you are telling me I was trying to figure Video Ninja out for 2 days solid and I got no wiser. I'll show you around Truckee, Tahoe, Reno, and CB and Laura can help you too. Sounds great, darling. I much appreciate it. Squirrels on Fire, I'm trying not to use them. I have been having health issues and now I'm just doing better. Like you, my immune system is going crazy. Well, and I know allergies are really bad this year. Yikes. I don't know if that's what's doing it, but look at me banging my thumb because I need to ask you guys, have you hit your thumbs up button yet? We'll set that over there. So yeah, let's get to the wrapping up part. And hopefully tomorrow I can do a laid back video again like today. We'll shoot for that. Let's see. Um, there's only 4 locals I trust. Those are 2. Good to know. Good to know. I wish we could all do an event in Truckee or right outside of Truckee. Yeah, and then they could come and blow us all up, right? Let's see. I'm flying in and want to rent a Hellcat. Oh, that's hilarious. That's Kylie's pick from SS. I don't know that one. Um, J. Rana Boomer, yeah, you know the picture that I think that you're referring to that we were referring to a few minutes ago. The one from the last proof of life where she's in the black bodysuit with the green Dickies pants and alien arms. Yeah. Let's see. Mrs. G, I'll go with you. I'm going to see about flying right into Truckee Airport. Oh, well, maybe you can land on the helicopter pad out there at the Lost Trail Lodge. So you guys, that Lost Trail Lodge advertised in men's magazines. I think one that was even called Men's Magazine with that photograph of Kylie when she was very little in the yellow kayak out in the lake by herself. And it's a cute, beautiful photograph just from behind. It's just this cute little blonde, tiny girl in a kayak out on a lake all by herself. Why would you put that picture of like, she looks like she's about 7 to me. Why would you put a picture of a tiny girl in a men's magazine? Like, that creeps me out. I gotta ask the question, man. That does not seem right, especially in this day and age when we all know you have to be so careful. So careful. Hit the like button and truth for them all. Truth for Kylie, justice for Kylie. And they wouldn't like us in Truckee. No, they would not like us, but that's okay, Effie. Um, let's see. I used to stay at Kings Beach in a cabin, but I ended up selling the timeshare. Yeah, Kings Beach, I think, is where the business is that Daniel Rodney and his ex-father-in-law own a business together there, I think, in Kings Beach. And, that just strikes me as odd that the grandfather and the father, ex son in law, ex father in law, have a business together. That's pretty unusual. So, what's up with that? Like, what created that dynamic? That's a pretty odd dynamic. Pretty unique, at least, if not odd. Um, only capture of Sammy. Wow. Yeah. What's a picture? Why is that picture in a men's magazine? Perverted, in my opinion. Right. I mean, to me, it seems like there's a message. Picture says 1,000 words. So you got this cute little girl in a bright yellow boat all by herself with nobody around. It's all quiet. That's creepy. Creepy AF. Sully Spirit. um, let's see. Trucky Chucky. Yeah, what's up with Chucky too? And I'll be laying some tracks out there and making donuts burn some rubber. Oh, I was thinking of like donuts that you eat. Yeah, making donuts in the sand along the Prosser Creek, Prosser Lake waterway. Gotta rush off, so catch up soon and take care all. Yeah, I'm gonna rush off also, Crime Watch. Don't we have child labor laws? I'm just saying it's a really good point. And yeah, remember that Kylie's grandmother, Lindsay's mom, worked for Child Protective Services. She retired, and then after Kylie was found, she got reinstated in her line of business. Like, that's weird. Very weird. All right, you guys, let's sign off. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, it's propaganda. The picture of her in the boat. Is that what you're saying is propaganda, Mrs. G? Have a really good rest of your day. I hope that you can get some fresh air, some sunshine, some exercise, stay hydrated, get good nutrition, make sure you eat your veggies. Just be yourself and be chill, be kind, be forgiving, sending you light, sending you love. And please hit your like button on the way out if you haven't already. I'll do my share, subscribe, ring your notification bell one last time, and saying good afternoon to you all, sending you much love. And thanks again, and hopefully see you guys here tomorrow. Love you all. Have a wonderful day, and I hope to see Squirrels on Fire live tonight. Are you thinking about it, Shan? Have a lovely day, Jazz, and everyone in chat. I'm going to highlight that one, see if Shan can respond. I don't know. Did she say she was going live tonight? It's been a minute. Um, have a great day, and I'm going to get outside today. Love and light. Yay. See everyone next time. Enjoy your day. Thanks so much for being here, you guys. Yes, going live tonight. All right. I will try to get into your live panel if it's open and if it's the right format, because it sounds like you're changing formats, and I'm not sure that I can wrap my brain around it. I know I watched your tutorial and my little brain went cray cray. The squirrels started jumping out. Oh, and did you guys notice the mouse? The mouse. Is that so cute? Let's see. Let's see everyone next time. Yay. That's Daisy's boyfriend went to school with Kylie. Oh, that's right. Daisy's boyfriend went to school with Kylie. Oh, did he? Like to the charter school? God bless. Yes, have a lovely day, you guys. Take really good care of yourselves and just eat your vegetables and everything will be fine, right? Um, okay, after 9. Yes, we will be looking for you, girl. See you all tonight. Have a great day. Love and light. Thanks again, you guys. See you soon. Take care.